So welcome back to my channel guys. Today I will be talking about a very serious issue which a lot of parents neglect, but I think they should be more serious towards it, and that is education loan or student loan. So what essentially happens is when a child, right now, the amount of money it takes for you to go to college is a lot, especially if you are considering going for MBBS or if you are in general thinking of going abroad. For example, currently, if you want to pursue MBBS, it will take you a minimum of 1 crore rupees in India, and not a lot of people are earning that much money. And if you want to go abroad, you still need to spend around 1 to 2 crores, irrespective of country. Yes, if you are considering going to like Asia itself, then it might be a little cheaper, but in general, you have to spend a lot of money if you are really serious about going abroad. What happens is when a child wants to go abroad, he takes a student loan, and parents think it's all right. He's gonna earn it in future, but what they don't realize is the fact that he has to go through a lot of mental trauma. He's always about, I have to pay off my loans, I have to pay off my loans. He is never enjoying. His whole purpose is now just to fulfill that goal, just to, submit all that money to bank and be free. And I've seen a lot of people who are in their like early 30s who are yet to pay their entire student loan. You can just see how bad the situation is. And especially if you're considering a student who is studying abroad, where there's a conversion rate, it will take a big toll on the student. I've seen a lot of people who are from good backgrounds going to Canada and US. But what happens is they realize that they have a lot of student loan. They cannot party every night. They cannot eat a lot of food. I've seen people who literally eat bread and jam. Why? Just because they don't have enough money. They have to pay their loans. They have to pay their bills. They have a lot of necessary items which they have to buy every month. So it's not easy for a student. And I think that's where a parent's role should come. It's not that only rich kids go abroad. I have seen a lot of students whose parents are not really that high class background, but their parents realized the amount of money it will take in future will be a lot, so they invested. There are a lot of policies which you can invest, or you can invest in general in like land or something. For example, recently I heard about a student whose father is an auto driver. So what happened is when he was very small, his father bought a land like literally kilometers away from village. Like it was quite a barren land. There was no population around it. His dad bought it so that in future he can sell for education. His dad, even though he was an auto driver in Kerala, his dad knew education can change his life. So what happened is when that child grew up, by the time he was 18, the land which he had bought was now under an area which was not town. So a land in town, and he sold that land and got enough money to cover almost 70% of his student loan. So now he only had to take a loan for 30%. Just imagine 30% of 1 crore. It's like 30 lakhs. Just see the big difference from 1 crore to 30 lakhs. How easy, not easy, but still he has some room to breathe. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult for him. And it's not always a lot of high class people understand this. The rate is going up. They have to start investing now if they want to secure their child's future. So they invest. And a lot of parents, I've seen a lot of middle class parents, they don't really realize these facts. They understand they're going to spend money on marriage and all that, saving for marriage or, having a plot in future. But they're not really thinking from an education perspective. And it happens quite late. They are just going with the flow. And by the time the child grows up and he wants to do something, he realizes his family cannot afford it. Right now, even if you want to do an MBA, let's say, and let's say you manage to get in good college, it will still take you minimum to minimum 20 lakhs. And if you manage to get to a good IIM, then it will take you at least 40 lakhs for the 2-year course. And just think about it. After going through like an engineering degree or like BSc degree, BA degree, do you think a student still has that much money that he can pay 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs? How stressed he is. Recently there was a YouTube video which I was seeing, like it was a prank, but still what happened was there was an alumni meet in Tamil Nadu of some NEET students, MBBS students. So the interviewer was asking the first year students, if they had a chance to work with a cartel who was into organ transplant and smuggling of organs. So the first year students were like, no, we are not gonna do that. We'd rather work in a small hospital. That's it. And when the same question was asked to final year students, some of them were hesitant, but some of them agreed. And they were like, yes, we have a lot of money to pay off. We are ready to work. As long as you're giving good money, we will definitely work for you. And now the best part was when the alumni were asked this question, a majority of them said yes, they are willing to work. You know why? Because they still have a lot of student loan to give. It's not easy. A child might not never show that, but deep inside, a child is very much affected by how much money he has to pay in future, because he is thinking of retiring his parents early. He doesn't want to be a burden on his parents, and it's not easy. Like, I myself consider quite lucky that I don't have a student loan, and considering my degrees, I don't really need a student loan. And I'm very thankful for my parents that I'm not in a bad situation. For example, like, I am doing law currently, and I know people who are very upset because our final first year final exams are coming, like second semester exams, and they are worrying not for the fact that exams are coming. They are worrying for the fact that after exams we have to pay fee for second year admission or third semester admission, and we don't have money. Just consider it. They are worrying more about what's going to happen 2 months later when the fee will be asked. And this is a situation across India, not across India, across the globe. But parents in US, I have seen majority of them understand this and they save quite early. But Indian parents are still not woken up. So yes, this video is targeting Indian parents, not students this time. Like, sometimes it's not student who is wrong. And if you ever watch a video, like, there are YouTubers who go on campuses and ask what are their like student loans or why are they unhappy. Most of them will be like, we have a lot of student loan to pay off. We cannot go out always. If the percentage we are getting slightly reduced, then we are gonna lose our scholarship also, and they are quite stressed. A lot of them are not enjoying their college life. Why? Because they are thinking money has to come. Why? Because they have paid a lot of money, and that is why I think we, or more like parents who are watching this, have to understand your child can do whatever he wants only if you can give him resources to do whatever he wants to do. It's not as simple. A child can do anything as long as you are happy and you have resources to pull that through. I've seen my friends who wanted to go abroad, but because of the financial situation, they had to give up. They never told their parents. Their parents might have arranged the money, but they knew their parents are not in a situation, and even if they manage to somehow get that money, they will not be living peacefully in India. And a lot of people were not happy with that. So what happened? They dropped the idea of going abroad. They settled in India, and now they still regret it. But at least what they think is right now is, let's do a bachelor's here, and after bachelor's we are gonna again do a job, earn a little money, and then we are gonna finance ourselves to go abroad for masters, which a lot of students are actually doing, because going for bachelor's abroad is quite costly. So what a lot of students are doing right now is, they, after doing bachelor's, they try to go abroad for masters, because for masters a lot more scholarship options are available. In India, it's quite difficult for a student to go for bachelor's abroad, but for masters it's comparatively easier. So that's why you must have seen, I don't know how many of you have friends who are abroad. I have quite a friends who are abroad, and from their perspective, I must say, they say masters is quite easy to get admission in, and after masters you can get a job also. Yes, like I have my brother who has done masters in UK is currently employed in UK, and that's how a lot of countries work. So yes, it's a wake-up call for parents. Make sure you have enough funds so that your child doesn't have to worry what he's gonna do in future. Thank you.